Okay, so for today's classroom session, we're going to look at a new email program, which is going to be very familiar to a lot of our customers, and it's called Shortcuts Marketing Elite. And we're going to learn how to set it up, how to use some of the basics in it, and then down the road, we're going to do a more advanced class. So similar to our other presentations, this one will be about a half hour, maybe a little bit more. My microphone is on. We are recording this session and we will send it out to all of our guests after we finish converting it. We will allow time for questions at the end. So let's go ahead and dig into this program. So what exactly is Shortcuts Marketing Elite? So it's a new way to send out emails. We have a new user interface. We feature mobile-friendly email templates, so they look fine on computers, they look fine on cell phones. You, of course, have a new gallery to work from with regards to images. And this email system also allows you to send messages on your social media platforms as well. And of course, you want to be able to track any of these campaigns. So we do offer return on investment integration if you decide to send campaigns that have coupons or promotions. So what's the story behind it? Well, similar to our current Shortcuts marketing, or if you're using MailChimp integration with Shortcuts, regardless of which email program that you're using, you still have to make sure that your Shortcuts point of sale system is configured so that customers are opted in to receive campaigns. So if you don't already have that set up, make sure you configure it because you can have customer phone numbers, customer emails, and customers do have the ability to receive confirmation notices for their upcoming appointments or email marketing, or if you're doing surveys, the ability to send out ratings and review emails or text. But the thing is, if your customers don't get opted in, then of course they never get a chance to see these messages. Or if the customer prefers to get one method of communication over another, if you're not configuring these correctly, then none of your customers are being marketed to appropriately. So we do want to make sure that customers have the ability to opt in and opt out, and that any duplicate customers you may have, you want to get them merged so that you're really only sending out campaigns to your actual active customers. So you want to set some fields whenever you're adding a new customer in the point of sale. Now, you don't have to enable everything. If your salon, for example, or your spa or your barbershop doesn't do any confirmations, then you don't necessarily need to have those options available. But if you are interested in sending out email marketing or surveys, then you want to give the customer the ability to opt in or opt out right when you capture their phone number or their email. So why is it important to have this when you add a new customer? Well, by default, if you do not have these questions when you're adding new clients, Shortcuts will default it to be no. Do not contact this customer, even if you get their phone number or email. So that's why you always want to have these fields enabled. So if you're not currently using these, or if you don't see them, you'll want to go into your Shortcuts point of sale and go to Setup, Configuration, and on the left side of the screen, under the General tab, you're going to go to Clients and then New Client Layout. The other thing, so this is similar to the basic Shortcuts marketing that is available through the cloud. If you're going to set up an email campaign that has some sort of coupon, some sort of promotion, then you want to make sure you set up your discount code in the actual Shortcuts point of sale. So whether you use Shortcuts Marketing Elite or the basic Shortcuts marketing, don't think about your next promotion. Actually think about an entire year's worth of promotions. The most popular campaign, the most popular discount that you can set up is a birthday discount, for example, because everybody likes to get a discount or a coupon on their birthday. So try to set up some sort of code in your Shortcuts point of sale, but then think about what other types of discounts do customers like. If they refer a new client, you may want to create a discount for that. If you have a historically lost client, somebody that hasn't visited you in a few months, you want to win them back. So maybe you want to offer a "We Miss You" coupon. So think about an entire year's worth of coupons, create those in the Shortcuts point of sale, because you'll also be able to create a comparable coupon in Shortcuts Marketing Elite and track it. So you want to be able to track your return on investment. How many customers actually used their coupon? How much did they spend when they visited? And what was your return on investment? So think of the entire year. Don't just think about the next holiday, a summer event, a fall event, a winter event. So we're going to go into Shortcuts for just a moment to review some of these settings. So we'll get out of the presentation and into our Shortcuts. So remember, when you're adding a new client, if you do not have the questions of, does this customer accept marketing, yes or no? Do they prefer text or email marketing? Am I sending out confirmations, yes or no? Which would they prefer? You want to enable these right away. So that's under Setup, Configuration, on the left side of the screen, General, Clients, and at the top, New Client Layout. So from this window, near the bottom, this is where you can enable certain fields. So I would like to send out surveys. So I'm going to set up email because I'm not going to use text surveys. Similar, I'm not going to use text marketing. So I'm going to change some settings here. Once I press done, the next time I go to add a new customer, I have the appropriate fields. Really, I only do email marketing. However, I do offer the customer either text or email confirmations. And I also send out surveys. So does the customer want to be opted in or opted out of any of those campaigns when I create them? So it's very important you have this set up first. Also, in the point of sale, configuration under sales discounts, if I'm thinking long term and I want to start creating coupons to use in the future for email campaigns, I want to make sure I create new campaigns or new coupons. In this case, I'll create a birthday one. And I'll say on the birthday, either the customer gets a percentage or a fixed dollar amount. And I'll say the customer gets $5 off. And in the middle of the screen, I'm going to say they only get $5 off a service, not on a product, not on a gift certificate. And I'll save my changes. But again, if I'm thinking long term, I'll create another new coupon. And in this case, I want to capture lost clients. So I'm going to create a "We Miss You" coupon. And it has the same value as my birthday. It's a fixed amount, $5, only good on services. And if I'm thinking very far into the future, maybe I'm going to do a holiday sale. So my holiday sale coupon, again, $5, but this one only applies for products. So create coupons for ongoing campaigns as well as for one-time campaigns throughout your year, and set them up ahead of time in your Shortcuts point of sale. So once your discounts are set up, let's go ahead and jump back into our presentation. So now that Shortcuts has been configured, now you want to start building some more advanced campaigns. So where exactly does Shortcuts Marketing Elite exist? So it's a brand new web page. It's at marketing.shortcutsoftware.com. And by default, nobody has an account. We actually have to create your account if you're interested in using this brand new service. So we'll get you a username, we'll get you a password, and the first thing you'll want to do is actually update your company information, set up your promotion codes, and set up trackable links in your site settings so that every time you send out an email, they're consistent. Now, the thing about Shortcuts Marketing Elite, for our longtime Shortcuts customers, this is going to seem eerily familiar. It actually looks like the old GCast program. And you would be right if you noticed that. So GCast was originally our email partner a few years back. And I don't know the full details of what happened with the company, other than they no longer exist. So one of the downsides was that this left the Shortcuts company without an email partner. So our developers actually worked relatively quickly just to create a bare bones email program, which is our cloud-based Shortcuts marketing. But of course, a lot of our long-term customers missed the flexibility, missed the functionality that GCast used to provide. The downside was GCast no longer existed. So the Shortcuts company actually found or went through certain channels to get our hands on the code that they used. So then we started creating a way to integrate it, and now Shortcuts now owns the more or less what we would consider GCast, or at least the backbone, the code of GCast. So with that said, a lot of that functionality, a lot of that flexibility, the ability to use drag and drop templates, graphics, queue up campaigns, use demographics has now returned. But of course, we need to recapture our investment in this technology. So with that said, if you're interested in this, these are some of the things you want to configure in Shortcuts Marketing Elite. We need you to update your company details so that whenever an email goes out, there's a portion where your address, your phone number, your company website, all of that will automatically be populated in the email. So under admin, you're going to go to profile and update those details. And then once you do that, the second thing you want to do is go to your profile and into your site preferences. And again, when the emails go out, there's certain buttons that appear on the templates for Facebook, for Instagram, for LinkedIn. So if you have those social media pages available, then you'll actually add those to your campaign settings so that every time a message goes out, you don't have to relink them again and again and again. That's one of the downsides with a service like MailChimp, which does offer shortcuts integration, is that they don't really have a lot of this basic functionality. You manually have to update a lot of those social media tabs. But in our Shortcuts Marketing Elite, you can now do all of that from your site settings. The third thing you want to do, once you've updated your company details, once you've updated your site details, is any of those codes, any of those promotion discounts that you created in the Shortcuts point of sale, you'll actually want to create them again in Shortcuts Marketing Elite in the web system. And the reason you do that is because you should have two identical discount lists, one online and one in your Shortcuts point of sale. And the reason for doing that is because you can sort of tie these two discounts together. So if you don't have a birthday one online, you'll create a new one. And of course, you'll create a birthday coupon in the Shortcuts point of sale. Now I'm going to pause for a second. It looks like somebody has a question. Nipun has a question. How is this different from Shortcuts Cloud Marketing? So in a moment, Nipun, I'm actually going to show you the interface, how it differs. And if you're already using Shortcuts Cloud Marketing, will it send two emails to customers? I believe it will. So you want to pick and choose which campaign you want to go to your customers, because the two systems do not necessarily talk to each other. So you can actually have two birthday coupons going at the same time to the same client. All right, so let's try to hold off on some questions until the end of the presentation. So let's actually do a live demo. So I'm going to go into an email account that I created yesterday, and this is for Red Label Hair Company. They're one of our customers that's new to this. So they want this functionality back. They used to use GCast a few years ago. So we created an account for them. So the first thing the administrator of Red Label would want to do is go to the admin button, update the company details so that every email that goes out, it will actually say it's coming from Red Label Hair Company. It has the company website and the address and phone number. So probably want to update that phone number. Then after he updates that, on the right, he's going to update his settings. So these are his default email campaign settings. So every customer that gets a copy of this email, it always says it comes from Red Label Hair Company, and his social media, and in this case, they only have a Facebook page, is automatically linked. Lastly, if this site is going to create coupons, then under admin, they're going to go to resources, and that's near the bottom, and it's the very last link, promotion codes. By default, the Shortcuts Marketing Elite does not have any coupons, does not have any codes. Just like Shortcuts, you need to create these. So again, think long term. Don't just think about a summer promotion or a holiday promotion. Think of ongoing promotions. So I'll create a new one. I'll say the code is called birthday, and the description is simple. Customer gets a coupon for their birthday. And I'm not mentioning how much it's worth because I can always change the value in Shortcuts. So now that I've saved it, I have a coupon. So I can create multiple ones. My next one is just like point of sale, we miss you coupon. What's the description? Keep it short and sweet. Customer gets coupon if they have not visited in 3 months. So those are historically lost clients. And I save that one. And then I'll create a third one. So maybe one is my holiday sale. And customer gets coupon for Christmas. So normally I would just plan before I go in here and start creating coupons, and I would just plan out an entire year's worth of promotions as well as ongoing promotions. Should I create a coupon for new customers so that they can spend a coupon on their second visit? Most business analysts would say yes. In order to start to increase the odds of getting those lifelong clients, you'll actually want to make sure that you incentivize them to return a second and a third time. So offer new clients a coupon for their second visit. But anyhow, you would create all the coupons you needed, and they should match up with all of the discounts you have in the Shortcuts point of sale. Now, we haven't even started talking about creating campaigns or how does this interface work. That's going to be the next portion of this presentation. So you do have access to basic, ongoing, automated campaigns in the standard Shortcuts marketing through the cloud. So we already have templates for birthdays, for we miss yous, time to see you, appointment acknowledgement, and those can already be set up and start to be used. But if you want and you need more flexibility, more templates, the ability to change graphics and text, that's where you want to start using Shortcuts Marketing Elite. So you have full access to our template and our image gallery. So we have a number of different templates you can use with far more graphics and text editing capabilities than the standard Shortcuts marketing. So it's a two-step process. When you go to Shortcuts Marketing Elite, we give you full access to the Shortcuts template library. So we advise you to start editing any templates you're interested in using, updating the language, adding your company logo, updating the value of any coupons you may be sending. So you're going to go into the template button, you're going to press edit, and you're just going to edit the existing templates. The second thing you need to do is once your templates are ready, then you're going to prepare a template and you'll send it out. So once your template has been created, you're going to press use this template. And then you're going to add a subject. You're going to review the changes you've made to your template. You can still edit it. You'll choose the day and the time it's supposed to go out, and whether or not this is an ongoing campaign or this is a one-time only campaign. And of course, if this was a campaign that should have some sort of coupon or promotion, you'll want to make sure you attach it. This is how you'll start to track it. And then you'll also have the ability to send a test message to yourself so that it never goes live until you've looked at it and approved it. And if you happen to have Twitter or Facebook, then you can actually give it permission to send a version of this message and post it on social media. So let's actually do that. Let's actually create or edit a template and create a campaign. So we're going to go back to our shortcuts marketing. So on the main window, the main page that you see here, the first thing you see are the 9 most often used tiles for marketing. And really the top row is the most important. You're either going to create a campaign, edit an existing campaign, or just view your history. So we're going to start by creating a campaign. And you have 3 options. You could start with a blank page and use a drag and drop editor and assemble your campaign. But I always advise start in the middle. Start with a template, change a few details, and then activate that campaign. The third thing is to copy a campaign. So if you had a really nice Christmas campaign that went out last year and you'd like to change some details and reuse it, you can absolutely copy it and send it out again. So I'm going to start in the middle. Template, choose a design. Now by default, you'll notice you have access to the Shortcut Software USA template library. So right now, I'm creating templates for the Red Label Hair Company. So I want to pick and choose a couple of our best ones and enable it so that they can use it at their salon. So I'm going to go to the most popular category, which are birthdays. And I'm going to choose one of our templates. Let's say the third one from the top. If I click the middle of the picture, it gives me a preview of what does this template look like. So if I'm happy with this template, then I want to press edit. I'm going to edit this template. So on the left side of the screen, this actually gives me a preview of what does the campaign look like. And on the right side, I have 3 tabs: layout, edit, and styling. And the edit button will actually change depending on which row I click on. So if I click on these happy birthday balloons, then on the right side, it actually lets me browse and search for a different picture. If I click on the text portion, then it changes to a text editor, and I can change the message that appears on the email. So already, this has much more flexibility than the standard shortcuts marketing that you have through the cloud. If I move the mouse over the particular rows on the left side, you'll actually see a little crosshair pop up in the center of the row. And what that allows me to do is actually drag and drop and trade places with any other row. So you even have the ability to move blocks, move rows up or down. And let's say you're not interested in a particular row. Maybe you don't want your logo or you don't like the graphic. You can select it and you can eliminate it. And on the right side, if you decide you want to have even more flexibility, you can actually press the layout button and drag and drop pre-formatted tiles, a column of text, 2 pictures perhaps, whatever the case may be. So let's say I need to update my company logo. So I'll click in the center where it says your logo, and on the right side, the editor turns on. So I'm going to browse, and it's going to ask me, okay, for Red Label Hair Company, do I have any graphics? If I was the administrator for this, I can drag and drop from my desktop or from one of my folders a picture right into this window. So you can drop in lots of pictures. If you have pictures of the salon or the staff, you can just drop them right in there. And then once you find it, you just click the middle of that picture. And Shortcuts Marketing now lets you see the picture, and you can even orient it. So I'm going to put it in the center. So as I go through, I start to either change the graphics or change the text on my campaign. If I'm not happy with these balloons, I want to change it to something else. Again, I can press browse. I can go to my red label category, and I could paste or drag and drop a picture I'd like to use, or I have permission to go to the Shortcut Software Administration folder and actually go through our image library. So everybody that gets an account has the ability to go through all of these specific folders: social media images, spa and beauty images, any of our custom templates. So you get the idea. But I'm pretty happy with those balloons. Now down at the bottom, I'm not going to give the customer $20 for their birthday, so I have the ability to change that value. I can say it's 20%, or in this case, $5. It's text, I can edit it. On the right, every customer that gets a copy of this message, Shortcuts will automatically put in their first name and last name and your business name. So on the editor, the text editor, not only do you have the ability to change the font, change the size of the font, make it bold, italic, or change the orientation or the alignment, you can also use personalized fields. And any information that you have in the Shortcuts point of sale for the customer, you can actually insert it right into your campaign. So every email, every coupon can actually be in the name of the customer. So this way, your clients don't just forward a copy of their email to their friends and give everybody $5 off. It's only presented to one person. And then, just like the standard Shortcuts marketing, you want to update your terms and conditions. So maybe for their birthday, you don't want this coupon to be good for 2 months. So we'll say it's valid for 14 days from the day they receive their email, or 30 days from the day they receive their email. It depends on how you want to set it. And then down near the bottom, all of the social media tabs that we have. So in this case, if this customer only had a Facebook one, I can check or uncheck and hide all of the tabs that we're not using. So maybe the site doesn't have a company webpage and I don't want to give the customer the email option. I'm only going to let them use the Facebook one. So then down at the bottom, once I press save as your own, essentially what I'm telling Shortcuts is I'm going to make a copy of your Shortcuts template and now customize it for red label hair. So if I return home and I go to create a new campaign and I go to my template library, I have now created the very first entry in the red label hair company template library, my birthday template. So I would repeat the step for all of the other campaigns I'm interested in setting up. So of course, even if a holiday's passed, Father's Day, Mother's Day, things like that, you can always go into our collection and start to get these templates ready for your own business. So you can get a head start on Halloween or the holidays or even the new year. So we've got a number of different templates you can already start to set up for yourself. And once you're happy with all of these changes, then how do you activate it? How do you get it ready to go? So you'll go to the template you've created. And then we're going to, instead of pressing edit, we're no longer going to edit it. Now we're ready to use this template. So we'll press use this template. And what Shortcuts Marketing Elite does is it makes a copy of this template. It still gives us the ability to edit the text, the pictures, all of that. And of course, we can now customize the subject. So I can put in a message like, happy birthday, and use personalized field. So put in the customer's first name from your friends at Red Label Hair Company. So of course, it's always nice to have a personalized subject. So I'll go through. If I forgot to insert a link, so when a customer clicks the word book online, it needs to go to their online booking page. So if I forgot to do that on my template, I can still click any picture, and that includes the Red Label Hair Company logo, the happy birthday balloon picture, or the word book online. And on the right side, I can paste in the link for Red Label Hair. So this is not the actual one. I'm just making a placeholder. So now when the customer clicks on it, it'll take them to their online booking page. So then I'll scroll through. I'm happy with my changes. I'm going to save and continue. And now that we're here, this is where Shortcuts Marketing asks us, when do we want to send this message out? Is it a one-time message or a repeating message? So if this was a holiday message, or if this was a message saying the salon will now be opening in the middle of April or at the end of April, then I would say this is a once only blast. But in this case, this is a happy birthday message. I want Shortcuts to send out this message every time it's a client's birthday. So this becomes a set and forget, an ongoing campaign. So I choose the second button. Then Shortcuts wants to know, what is the particular event that causes this message to send out? Is it on the customer's first visit date? Is it on the customer's last visit date? Nope, it is based on the customer's date of birth. And the birthday is unique because we don't want to send the customer one email the next time it's their birthday. We want to make sure they get an email every time it's their birthday. So we set it to the anniversary. So of course, you wouldn't necessarily set one for the anniversary of a customer's first visit or things like that. But for the birthday, absolutely. And then most businesses do not send emails exactly on a customer's birthday. You send it a few days before. I would advise at least 1 week before their birthday. So that way they can plan to make an appointment with you. And then when should this campaign start? So let's say if my business is closed temporarily, this is going to be the first campaign I activate on May 1st. So starting May 1st, anytime it's a customer's birthday, at least 1 week before their birthday, they'll get an email. And then for how long should this campaign be going? I always advise set your campaigns for every 4 or 5 years. So the next time there's an election or an Olympics or some major event that takes place every 4 years, it'll remind you that it's time to create new templates, new emails for your customers. So I'll set it for the year 2024, and I'll actually go to January 1st. So I know right away when 2024 rolls around, it's time to create new emails. When is the best time to send out an email? Studies have actually shown that clients are more likely to open their messages between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning. So set your start time at about 9 or 10. When customers get a copy of the message, it'll actually say, this message is from Red Label Hair. So once I've set, is this a one-time blast? Is this an ongoing blast? When should it send out? I can save and continue. Now, demographics. Demographics is more advanced than what I'm going to show here. I'm only going to show you the basics. We'll talk about demographics when we do an advanced version of this class. So what demographics allows you to do is set certain criteria. So for example, let's say you created a male version of the happy birthday campaign and you only wanted to send to male customers. You can set a demographic for men customers only, and then a different one for female customers only, so that Shortcuts knows which version to send out. But let's say you have one of your preferred stylists, they're out on maternity leave. So you're going to tell those preferred clients, this employee is out for a few months. Let's have you schedule your next appointment with one of the other employees. You can set a demographic for preferred employee. So 99% of the time, you never touch demographics. You just want Shortcuts to send this message out to anybody that has a birthday 1 week before their birthday. Doesn't matter male or female, what other criteria there are. So don't really use demographics. We'll save and continue. And we'll talk about demographics the next time we do this class. And post process. So really you don't see some of these things because I'm logged in as an administrator. You don't really have to focus on post process. We'll go to the next one, promotion codes. So this is why it's important to create your discounts in the Shortcuts point of sale and create promo codes in the Shortcuts marketing. We want to be able to track these coupons. So I'm going to say, this is my birthday coupon, my birthday email. So I want to attach the birthday one to it. And then I'll save and continue. If I was the administrator for Red Label Hair and I had their Twitter login or their Facebook login, I can put in a message here or on Twitter so that every time this message sends out, it posts a message on social media. So of course, you don't want to post a coupon on Facebook or Twitter every time it's somebody's birthday. Instead, you would save the social post for your one-time blast. So on the day that your store reopens and you want to announce it on Facebook and Twitter, so all of your customers will get an email and then a version of this will paste on Facebook or Twitter. So for the one-time blast, absolutely take advantage of this integration. And then last but not least, status. So we want to make sure that our emails look good, that we're able to see them on our phones, see them on our computers. If we discover mistakes, go back and edit them. So we can always choose who should get a copy of this email and paste in emails if we want to paste in somebody else's email and send a test. So even if I send a test, even if I set this to to send on May 1st, if I forget to go in here and activate it, the message will never ever go live. So this is your fail safe. When you're super busy, when you're setting up emails, they never activate themselves automatically. You still have to tell Shortcuts, I proofread it, I approved it, I spell checked it, I tested all of the links, and now if I press the activate campaign button, then and only then will this message actually send and go live starting May 1st. But if I forget to do this, if I leave these unchecked, I save it, and I go back to the main screen, then the campaign stays pending until I officially activate it. If I want to go back to that campaign once I've reviewed my test and made changes or activate it, from the main window, I can go to the edit button or I can go to the campaign manager. Once I'm here, if I press the search history button on the bottom right corner, then Shortcuts will show me all of the campaigns I was working on. So it's the very first one at the top of my list. Happy birthday from your friends at Red Label Hair Company. So I can click on that line and I can go back to where I was. So again, I can edit the text, update the pictures, change my send options, attach a coupon to it, and if I'm happy with it, then I can officially activate this campaign. And then to see who's opening this campaign, who's reviewing this campaign, from the campaign manager, if I search the history, it will actually give me a list of how many were sent, how many were opened, did I get any bounce backs, and I can press full summary, and Shortcuts will give me a report, a status report on how this campaign is performing. So Shortcuts Marketing Elite, it's far more flexible than the standard Shortcuts marketing, and it's far more intuitive, far easier to use than MailChimp by a wide margin. So one last thing that you would have to do, if you're setting up coupons ahead of time, if you're setting up discounts in Shortcuts and in Shortcuts Marketing Elite, once you've sent a test, once you've activated the campaign, you need to make sure that you synchronize those two campaigns or those two coupons. So you'll return to your Shortcuts point of sale, you'll find a particular discount like the birthday discount, and if you notice on the bottom left corner, there's a checkbox that says use set and forget promotion. When you click that checkbox, then Shortcuts will connect to Shortcuts Marketing Elite, and it will say, was it the birthday coupon? Was it the We Miss You coupon? Was it the referral coupon? Which one am I supposed to track? So this helps Shortcuts find out who was the customer, how much did they spend, what was the value of their coupon. So that's really the last step in using this and tracking your coupons. So this is the entirety of Shortcuts Marketing Elite. Now, I did gloss over demographics. We will spend some time with that. We will spend some time on reports the next time we look at this. But you should now at least be familiar with the new user interface. You should now see that we have a bunch of mobile-friendly templates you can use. You have an image gallery you have access to. And of course, you can also send social media posts every time an email goes out. And of course, you can track any discounts through Shortcuts Marketing Elite. So if you are interested in it, if you want to use a marketing program that's much more intuitive, that's much more flexible than MailChimp and Shortcuts Marketing, then give our customer care team a call. Let them know from now until July 1st, this is actually a free sign up. So you can use it for free starting now until July 1st. But then past that, as you can imagine, this was very costly to integrate and to host. So then we're going to start charging customers if they want to use Shortcuts Marketing Elite past that. So Shortcuts Marketing is still standard, is still free, but it's very bare bones for a number of our customers. So those that want more flexibility, go ahead and give our customer care team a call and we can help you get set up for this. Okay, so now we're going to open up the floor to any questions. So I'll give everybody a moment. Oh, okay. I think that answered Nipun's question on what's the difference between the standard Shortcuts Marketing through the cloud and Shortcuts Marketing Elite. Does anybody else have any questions? Checking the attendees. No. If you think of any questions, or if you didn't get a chance to watch this presentation live and you think of a question after the fact, let us know. Go ahead and reach out to us, whether you email customer care or you email education@shortcuts.net, give us a call. We will get back to you. Of course, we're also checking our social media, so if you ask us any questions there, we will also respond to that. Oh, Victoria has a question. When were we planning to have the advanced class? Uh, Victoria, we're probably going to do a more advanced class probably in the summer when most of the businesses are back up to speed. As soon as it's announced, we'll be adding it to our webinar, our classroom series. Okay, but if anybody is watching this video after the fact, anybody that signed up and we sent a link to, go ahead and reach out to us if you have any questions. So thank you all for attending. And I look forward to seeing you on the next classroom session. Have a great day, everybody.